Hello, YouTube. Zachnafine Aconite here. We got a bit of another overdue rant. I guess I was just waiting for the right time to discuss it. Some people seem to think this, some people don't. But then again, some people have actual functioning brains, and some others have cystic pus. Maybe swirl around with a bunch of soy. Yeah, but the question is whether or not the fictitious Art the Clown, who is only barely problematic at worst, is sexist or not. My first question to this, of course, was whether or not we're talking about actual textbook sexism or we're talking about what feminists themselves would dictate as sexist, which, if you'll allow me to mansplain, basically anything that affects women the most. But clearly that's neither here nor there since everything is sexist. Just chill the fuck out. It's fiction. As a matter of fact, I mean, don't you think even if, let's just pretend for a minute that he is, wouldn't that make him, more hateable as a villain? Wouldn't that just work better? I mean, yeah, he'd be more of a chicken shit, and I think we all know why, but, I mean, villains used to have balls, man. Evidently, so did the audiences. You ever see the It miniseries? Swear to Christ, he must have called the dude the N-word, like, a total of, oh hell, like 3 or 4 times on TV of all places. Meanwhile, the theatrical movie, which has scenes of kids breaking arms and dying in the sewers, we barely even get any actual bigotry out of Henry Bowers, which I'm not saying I want to see that, but it would give me more of a reason to hate him instead of just wondering why the hell he hates Mike so much. Keep in mind, this is so fucking ridiculous of a topic that normally I don't usually gotta write notes, especially when it comes to sexist issues. But I had to write notes this time. Does anyone else realize how above the law the modern Western women all think they are?
We need to kill all men.
Because it's really only they themselves that seems to be complaining about anything regarding this clown who, need I remind you, doesn't exist. I've met the man who plays him myself firsthand, and I gotta say, he's a fucking dork. Okay, I love that dude. David Howard Thornton, like, he is a nerd of nerds. I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to take somebody who would not do anything like that, anything even remotely harmful towards you, and cast him as a villain to do all those things to you, knowing that he would never do them for real? Who the fuck else would you trust? Honestly, this just comes from a bunch of people who just need to get a life. People are dying across the globe. It ain't fake blood and rubber puppets, I can guarantee you that. And if World War III happens, you'll have a lot more to complain about than just movies. And not that I suggest you do this, but the more you talk with people online and off, the more you, dare I say, compare problems, you start to realize how easy you really got it compared to some. Okay, some people have parents, some people don't, some people have problems, and then there's assholes like me who have no room left on their phone to record anything. Which brings me to my next point. No, it's not that full yet, I hope. Just don't vent without a cause. What's really toxic to me, especially, is those dipshits that just vent to hear themselves talk and only gradually start to get worse if you try offering them solutions. I mean, granted, they didn't ask for solutions outright, but I don't know about you, but personally, when I vent, the few times I'm caught venting, unless this counts, I'm usually looking for some sort of solution. I'm reaching out, I'm asking for help. I'm not, I don't even brag hardly about all the achievements that I've done. Like, oh, hey, the best example I can give is Peter Pan bragging about how he cut off Hook's hand and threw it to the crocodile. He's like bragging on the mermaids or whatever, right? Anybody remember that? Because to me, those kinds of people that just talk to hear themselves talk are the true toxicity of the world. If it's my validation you wanted, you can fucking forget it. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Art the Clown. I don't think you realize, not only does he also kill men, he probably kills more men than he does women. I mean, granted, it's been a while since I watched the kill count. He just came out with the one for the second one, now that the strike is over. But as far as my memory serves me, especially with the first movie, which is the one everybody seems to bitch the most about, he kills more men than women. Both pizza guys, dead. Both exterminators, dead. And you know what? So what if he torments the women more? He's the villain. Did you think he was gonna be reaching down and getting a fucking ring out of a gumball machine and giving it to her to pretend to be kind? Okay, never mind. Yeah, no, it's just a stupid fucking thing to suggest. In fact, it's gotten so stupid that don't take it from my word for it. I'm sure you can ask around. I'm sure there's still screenshots everywhere. The story's probably ancient history by now, but Damien Leone actually responded directly to one of his female haters, who basically said that he should start killing more men off in his movies. So why the fuck should it matter whether they're male or female if they're all innocents? Because that shit says everything you gotta know about his haters as opposed to, the guys themselves. I don't know about you, but I'm more concerned about what the hell happened to the kid in the Terrifier 3 teaser because, I mean, we all remember what happened to Allie in the second one. Granted, I thought her screams were fake as shit, but that was a lot of violence for one scene. In fact, his movies are about as violent as I was expecting horror movies to be before I became a horror fan. This is the kind of shit I'd not only expected to see, dare I say, I wanted to see. Is this why people think I'm part of the problem? Anyway, it's just a stupid fucking thing to suggest. Now, I think you should take a good, long fucking look at yourself in the mirror before you start judging others. Especially as far as, modern sexism. And I'm pretty sure he killed an assload of, well, you couldn't really tell what the fuck they were. I guess they were all just adults pretending to be kids in the clown cafe. That was pretty even. Like, I have yet to come across anyone that's got any logical fucking argument against really just any modern sexism at this point, not just Art the Clown. They mostly just resort to the same stupid-ass name-calling and everything. Oh, hey, he cares more about basic men's rights. He's clearly somehow an incel. Like, I hear women using that word more often than dudes. And we're supposed to take their shit at face value? They probably don't even know what an incel is. Spoiler alert, it's someone who's involuntarily celibate, or so they claim, which, yeah, I'm pretty sure if there ever was any involuntary celibacy going on, it's not involuntary anymore. Oh, and good news, it still counts even if you pay for it, so if that's all you want from them, you may as well, fork it out. Because those types will put out. Other than that, don't be surprised if more men start going their own way, because at this point, that's the best fucking solution. All the good ones are either taken and or married with children by the time they're 23, so I totally get it if you do what I did and just go your own fucking way. Doesn't mean you gotta hate them. They already hate the hell out of each other, so it's field tested to fail at making them better people, which is all I fucking wanted anyway. I can already tell I'm gonna get a bunch of screechy rees in the comments, all fucking now. Listen here, you little misogynist. Right, I see you've got your fucking, it's not a fedora, but I've got my leather top hat today, so they're gonna be saying all the shit about me, but not everyone can be Elliot Rodgers, so get a fucking life. If there's anything, especially female naysayers owe me at this point, I pray it's avoidance, because they can't even give me that, not now that I've got my spine and voice back. I think more dudes need to do what Damien did and just fucking double down, okay? It's movies, it's fake, it's fun. Nobody's getting hurt for real. And you know what? Even if they were, I'm pretty sure justice would sooner come for them than it does dudes who are falsely accused. Because those dudes usually, they just end up getting raped for real in prison. I don't ever see any accountability against the females who accuse him. Wow, this took a dark turn. True though. At least it's a candid turn. I was already a fan of Art the Clown for a while. It's within the past year and a half or so. So I know those movies inside and out. You just gotta watch them for yourself if you don't believe me. In fact, I've even got a music video on my channel where I edited Korn Clown, with Terrifier movie clips. And I only showed the male deaths. There's like one shot of some chick getting sprayed by a Uzi or whatever the fuck, but she just looks like she's shaking her boobs around while tomato juice flies out of them, because the blood's kind of neon red in that movie. Must have been an homage to Hammer Horror, but yeah. It's just the stupidest fucking argument. And it's all from a place of anti-logic and emotions anyway, so I'm not saying it's gonna go away, but at least it'll be a fun ride. Till they eventually run out of steam. Because they usually do, especially if you keep doubling down. Don't ever give in and bend a knee, you know? Might just be the last thing you ever do. They're just gonna keep presenting you otherwise. Besides, your haters are really your most loyal fans anyway, so you might as well give them a show they're never gonna forget. With that said, if you like, please like. Feel free to share your obscure little thoughts in the comments below, as well as to share the video itself. Subscribe if you wish to see more. Don't forget to hit the bell if you do, and as always, thank you so very much for watching, and I love you all.